Opening hand here and getting ready to go in round 4. And we've actually already begun with Bonnie playing, well, Bonnie. Then Carrot.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a Wanda coming down. Wanda is just your, what I like to call your generic Minx searcher. And it's gone and found, shockingly, a carrot. There's more than one carrot.
Special art carrot from the PRBO2 sets.
Beautiful. On a second Wanda. We search in Minx today, Ruben.
But we are putting all our big drops to the bottom.
I'm getting deja vu here. We've had Wanda for that Premium Booster 02 Art of Carrot twice in a row to start us off here with Gavin on that carrot. And we've got Matty there over on the Bonnie. Both players blinging out the decks quite nicely. Just, worth pointing out.
I like when they do that. I can appreciate the bling. And swinging 6 first. Scary against some potential triggers. If there was a trigger for to rest the Bonnie, for example, that would have been very scary and a -1 in hand. However, he is still able to use the 1-cost Bonnie, and we did see an 8-cost kit, so one of the only big drops that is searchable, as you can see, because we do see a 9-cost Zoro, a 7-cost Hody, all in this search, all going to the bottom of this deck. And I can assure you, you won't see the bottom of your deck in this game.
No.
Unless we draw all the Bonnies. Maybe there is a small chance.
It could happen. Well, we see a different searcher here. Now, this is the carrot. It searches out a Zoe, which is a stage. It's very, very much like we see from, say, Wiper in a Calgara deck. Hits the Zoe, and then you can actually then go and play it as well. And the Zoe stage is fantastic because activate main, rest the stage, set a Dawn card active. Oh, and at the end of your turn, set a Minx character active. One of the best stages in the game, we just don't think about it because Minx has not been a good typing. But for Minx, phenomenal stage.
And decides to swing with the 5k onto Bonnie, so... Are we gonna...
Oh, we see the blocker carrot coming down. Double blocker carrot! There was a magazine promo in Japan, if anyone's interested. How it started life.
And now we have a full board of Minx.
We got carrot, 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 Wanda. The problem is very little attacking threat there. They are weak characters from an attacking standpoint.
We need like a full moon stage, buff all Minx plus 3000 now.
That would be phenomenal. I would love that. That would be awesome. Somebody make that happen. Although we do have a really good stage, to be fair. Zoe is, good stage. Yeah, just looks like we hit the Law and Beppo off of that trigger. We see Cavendish coming down. Get ready for this one. If you're playing a Supernova green deck, you are playing this Cavendish. Getting 2 Dawn back every turn active is just an absurd skill. And it looks like we're not done yet. We've also got a Rocinante coming down, it looks like.
Cavendish was one of the hardest cards to find because everyone needed that playset, but now we got Learn to Play sets. And also the PRB02, so now everyone has access to this Cavendish.
Much easier. Well, now we do see that carrot coming down. One of the ones we searched for earlier. Looks like we're going to see a 7k swing coming in with our leader. And that is going to go through. Matty is going to take one of those life. We're at 4-3. Matty's got 4 left. And Gavin's got 3. Very much both players playing mono green here. But this, you're going to see some cards similar between the decks. But this is very far away from a mirror match right now.
This Cavendish frozen, it's very painful for Matti.
Yeah, that was the on-play skill from this 5-cost carrot, frees it down. And it's good, because it's an on-play, it's very much like Cavendish, actually. Because it's on-play and when attacking, you can play the card and then stream it every single turn.
this makes your Hody a little bit weird, because at 7 done, being at 4 alive, you don't mind playing your Hody. However, now, because last turn he tapped out, meaning that the Bonnie didn't have their leader ability. And if he wants to play Hody this turn, we won't have a leader ability again. Oh, that is a scary spot for the Bonnie. He needs to decide on whether he values his leader ability more, or if he wants to go for the Hody play. If he has the Hody, of course, but...
That's like you said earlier, it's not a very easily searchable card index like this, but it is still one you want if it's there. It's one of the best cards in your deck. It's not a Hody, it's an X-Drake that we are going to see coming down instead. Not quite the same. However, it does let you rest a 5 cost or less and then set a Don active at the end of your turn. So, crucially, we do get to rest down that carrot, which makes it a legal target to be attacked. And then we swing in the Bonnie leader into carrot here. But then we're going to have a Tashigi just coming down and countering out.
Yep. It was fairly easy to counter out, a 7k onto a 6.
Now we're back over to carrot. Everything comes back active. And now what can we play? Still no big attacking threats, but having 2 blocker carrot established on the board
is... Mihawk.
Mihawk would help.
I see 8 Dawn and I see Mihawk, so...
I mean, I would. I'm just putting that out there. I would be delighted with that. That would be awesome. Looks like we are going to see... Oh, just a swing there. Just, we blocked that with Rocinante?
No, that was the leader ability, I think, from...
Oh, of course it
carrot.
was. My apologies. Yes, resting down the blocker so that we can swing with the carrot. There we go.
This Rosinante won't survive this turn, at least.
No. And then, of course, I'm assuming then we attacked with the carrot and just said, oh, that Cavendish, yeah, that's still not going to restand. Let's keep that down. Now we see Wanda attacking into Rocinante. Not a big attacker, but certainly good enough into a Rocinante. Oh, and there we go. Now the Wanda goes away, and you called it, Ruben. It is that big 8 cost, 8,000 power blocker Mihawk that hits the board. And that's going to restand for Don immediately. And now there's actually 3 blockers on Gabin's side of the board. So it's going to be a lot of work for Matty to get any attacks through in the next turn or two.
And make it a 4th one.
Wow.
Oh, this is the keep something rest Bonnie, and I can imagine that he already did a rest with his... couldn't he have frozen a Dawn? Yeah, there we go.
Okay, there we go. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so that Bonnie's come down. That's got something nice and rested. Taking some options away from your opponent. Always nice and fun. And now I'm liking this a lot more. Because now we've still got plenty of blockers, but now we've got some real attacking threats on the board as well. So that is how Gabin can start to really turn this game from a you can't win into an I can win.
We do see a very big hand for Matti and the 8, and we know that there is an 8 cost kit, so...
I'll certainly slow the game down.
However, we only have 8 Dawn, so we can't use kits very efficiently this turn just yet. We can't put a Dawn on kits, so... Maybe that's a thing for the upcoming turn. However, you want to develop some bodies, because this carrot deck, having and Mihawk and Bonnie and the carrot and 2 small blockers to protect that board is actually really, really good.
Like I say, a couple of turns ago, I'm looking at the board and I'm like, well, they've gone wide, but with little searching cards, I'm not that impressed. Now, however, they have turned that board into, here's some attacking threats, bunch of counters. Oh, my carrot is going to keep your Cavendish down. Looks like we are seeing a Mihawk swing here. See the Mihawk swing?
There was the free block on the Bonnie, and now he takes the block onto the X-Drake.
Ah, yes, so sorry, it was an X-Drake into Mihawk swing. My apologies. So we had a block from the Mihawk. Then we had a block from the Carrot. Now we do see that Eustace Captain Kid coming down, but nothing else to be done with it this turn. So we pass back over to Gavin and Carrot, and we see where we can go.
And again, BONNEY tapping out. No Dawn open for their leader ability. And essentially, BONNEY has like one of the best leader abilities in the game.
Oh, yeah.
So, very scary because all the cards that want to attack can attack this turn. Especially because Kid is not rested. There's no Dawn on Kid. So, we can pressure either live or go for board. Do imagine that he goes for board, freeze the Cavendish again. This Cavendish won't attack this game anymore. It
has been gone for a while. X-Drake now leaves, but you're right. The on-play from Carrot did rest it down. And I think we've now had 3 attacks in a row to keep it rested. That Cavendish is just not coming back. And that's what Carrot does so beautifully. You rest something when you play it, but then you can just keep attacking. And oftentimes, it will be exactly like we're seeing here. One target rested for the game.
Looking at the board, it's still very hard to get rid of an 8-cost Kit, of course. That's the main issue, will be the main issue of this game. Because I can imagine we can put the BONNEY low in life, but putting the BONNEY low in life means that they have more cards in hand. BONNEY doesn't mind being at 0 or 1 if they get all the tools to defend their kits.
Well, I've got good news if we wanted something big to try and take out that Captain Eustace Kid, because we've just had Lauren Beppo hit the board. That is a big 11k body. And also, on play, rest one of your opponent's characters, and it doesn't become active during your opponent's next refresh phase, which I'm assuming was the Kid. Oh, and by the way, you just gave your leader a 2k bump for the whole of your opponent's next turn. So that Carrot is now a 7k. That Lauren Beppo, that's a fun card.
Well, we talked about the 6k leaders being a trouble. What about a 7k leader at this point, right?
It's worse. It's much more annoying. So, what we got?
Active?
Pardon?
Nothing becomes active from the BONNEY side.
The Cavendish is still rested down from the Carrot. The Eustace Kid is still rested down from the Law and Beppo. So, no, they're out of action.
We do have a lot of cards from the BONNEY side, so he can still put the Dawn on his kit, and the kit will still be able to do what it's made for. So, I can imagine that's the game plan. Yeah, he's gonna spam some blockers to protect the kit, put it on kit, and that makes your leader in a way an 8k leader, because yeah, they need to swing onto this 8-cost kit.
Yeah, we got blockers there for if anything's too threatening. You've got the Kid there who's essentially redirecting all the attacks to the Kid. So yeah, that's going to get kind of annoying. This is what BONNEY wants to do when you get later in the game between Kid and some of those blockers. Basically making sure, I think you said a minute ago, don't mind being on 0 life. Well, if your opponent can't attack your leader, doesn't matter how much life you've got, your opponent is just not winning the game. We're back over to Gavin, back over to Carrot here.
Tankos do Flamingo drawn. That's really good.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Especially when you can start resting down some characters as well. And then you play the Doflamingo and you're like, oh, now they don't come back. Gutted.
Let's see. Does he want to develop more board, or does he want to pressure the 8-cost kit, asking cards or a block from the BONNEY side? Because BONNEY still has a lot of cards in hand. So this 8-cost kit, I would assume, is not leaving the field just this turn.
But we've got some big swings we can go for if we want to. You do have the 8k Mihawk, the 11k Law and Beppo. We are now resting down that BONNEY using the leader skill, as we would expect. It's literally the only option because the Mihawk's way too big. So now we've got, and you know, now if you want to play the Doflamingo, you now do have enough targets that you're going to be getting good value from it. And it is going to be the 10-cost Doflamingo, the only free rested cards. That's your Bonnie, your Kid, and your Cavendish. The worst generation ain't coming back now. And now we get a Don going on to the Lauren Beppo. And we got a 12k swing. And obviously it's going into the Kid. But it's basically saying, look, if you've got two 2k counters here, that's actually not going to be enough. You need 5k worth of counter to get rid of this attack.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Where do we go?
Cards. And Bonnie is not playing that many counters as well, so... Because they need to make space for all those big drops.
Yep. Shanks, no counter. Mihawk, no counter. Kid, no counter. Hody Jones, no counter. Doflamingo, no counter. Secret Rare Bonnie, no counter. These are cards we expect to see in the deck, and they just don't have counter. They're too big and too nasty.
Mm-hmm.
And we do see, I believe that was the Bonnie skill coming in there.
I do think the Secret Bonnie has a 1k, but other than that, it's a lot.
Oh, it does. That's my colorblindness playing tricks on me. I apologize.
Small 1k counter. However, the Hody and Zoro and all don't have a counter. So, ooh, he's gonna pay by hand. So not the he wants to keep the Mihawk.
Okay.
Here we go. 5k counter.
Well, pulled it off. There is that 1k counter on the Bonnie plus 2Ks from the Tashigi, and that's apparently going to do it for the time being. There's 5k put away. But see, if I'm grabbing it, I'm okay with that. I kind of like those turns. Even if my opponent's countering out of it, I like seeing like 5k of counter leave their hand because, well, that's not available anymore. I'm whittling down their resources. That makes me feel good.
Absolutely.
We are going to see, is that just a leader swing? Just a 5k, no extra Don going into your opponent?
Yeah, small 5k.
What I like to call a tentative swing. You're not really trying to do huge damage with it, but you're like, well, maybe I can get a cheeky Don, maybe I can waste a counter. There's a decision being made. Oh, giving up the blocker carrot.
Also, something insanely strong, of course, from the stage is being able to active your Law and Beppo makes yourself stronger into 10-cost Doflamingo. Because 10-cost Doflamingo is not very good from the Bonnie side against the carrot because the big bodies are just getting active by the zoo. Well, the big bodies, Beppo at least, so...
Well, now we do see another big body coming down. It is the Shanks. You get to get rid of a rested character. The Mihawk is rested, so he goes away. And then we got the usual pop a Don onto your Kid, get that skill active. So a decent turn from Matty there, getting rid of a couple of cards on Gabin's side of the board. And now you start looking at Matty's side, and you got the Shanks, you got the Mihawk. The Cavendish is clearly not doing anything right now. But you've still got a couple of big threats on your side you've managed to establish. Plus, you've got an active 8k blocker.
However, tapped out again from the Bonnie side, so your Beppo and your Doflamingo are able to swing into this 8-cost kit, so...
Which is huge. So now we see a 12k swing from the Law and Beppo, and that is going to give the Dracula Mihawk blocker a reason to go away. Could not get rid of it. So now... looks like with no Bonnie skill, no active blocker, could we finally see, Doflamingo swing actually getting rid of Captain Kid?
If he lets the Kid go, then he should not have blocked with the Mihawk, because that was essentially an attacker. And if you are not able to protect Kid against 2 swings anyway, then I do think that letting Kid die was a better option. I'm not sure if letting Mihawk die so fast was the best idea. However, if you can protect your 8-cost Kid against this 12k swing, you are in a very good spot from the Bonnie side. So let's see, do you still have counter cards in hand as well?
This is going to be the question. You gave up your blocker for the first one. Can you counter out of the second? And you've mentioned a couple of times here, Ruben, Matty does have a decent number of cards in hand. He's having a look now. He does have enough for Tashigi, an X-Drake, and a Zoro. All of those working together in tandem. You absolutely called it. The fact that you used the blocker first because you're pretty sure you can counter out of the second. And then your kids still are alive. And Kara, unfortunately, probably not going over the kid here. You're only starting from 6k.
But you have 7 done, so...
I was going to say, you do have a lot of open dom. Can we see another 12k swing?
13 even, I think, right? Yeah, 30. I think I would swing 13k and freeze the Cavendish again with the carrots.
Honestly, sounds like fun. But he seems to be separating them out for potentially a 10k carrot swing. Certainly, he's separating them into 2 piles. What's the play here? Is there something in hand he wants to play first? Because I'm loving the idea of a 13k carrot swing. Like, let's do this. We are using free Don, and we are paying for Electrical Luna. Okay. I'm kind of loving that one. Means that anything 7 cost or less is not becoming active during the next refresh phase. And then it is going to be... That's a 11k swing. And that is enough. The kid is going away here. So it took a lot of effort. And then we see a swing from Carrot as well. Just going, well, I think I've run you out of a lot of resources. Do you have anything left?
This was
Yeah, it's a Bonnie.
This was a very expensive Electrical Luna now, right? Because the Carrot froze Cavendish or the 5-cost Bonnie already.
And the kid was going away. So you've basically played Electrical Luna just to freeze Bonnie?
Basically, yes. That's... Because if you attack first with your carrots, leaving the 3-don open, which you can, of course.
Yes, he played the Electrical Luna before swinging with carrot, but you could have done it the other way around.
Yeah, so the Electrical Luna was played just to freeze the 5-cost Bonnie because of the sequencing. That is very, very expensive. We do know that the carrot doesn't have a lot of counter in hand, so maybe he just want to play safe as possible. Because we did see him block 2 times a 5k swing with a 2-cost blocker carrot, so maybe he's really scared to die against a bunch of swings, especially if Hody comes down. If Hody comes down and there is a Bonnie can still swing, then he would have... with Hody, he could do like 7, 7, 8, 11 onto 3 life. That's a lot, I guess. That's a lot.
Yeah. Well, we just played Wonder there, searched out an Electrical Luna, and then actually used the Zoe stage to immediately get the Don you paid right back to essentially a free search with Wonder there. We're putting free Don for a 14k swing with Law and Beppo into that Shanks, basically going, nah, mate, that is too mean of an offensive threat. I am not letting you do this. Thank you very much. And it looks like we're putting one on the end there. Is that a Pedro?
Yeah, that's a Pedro. And this Luna is a lot better. This Luna is freezing and Cavendish and the Bonnie this turn. So this Luna is very, very, very strong. And this Pedro is another blocker to protect your potential Doflamingo. However, we do have a Hody Jones. And this might mean that he's going for game.
Well, he's rested down everything.
8, 10.
And there we see, and that is going to be... Did he have enough in the end?
Yes, he had double 2k. So the carrot is 4-0 in the Utrecht.